Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Becca. I'm a tarot reader and here on this channel I'll be using the tarot cards to try and figure out what the hell our lives are all about out loud. And if by doing that I can provide some of you with a bit of guidance and enlightenment, then that's great. I'm just a truth seeker. I don't claim to have superior intelligence or superior knowledge. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell life is all about. Using the help of the tarot cards. So, I'm going to begin now by shuffling the cards. Okay, and the first card that comes out for us today is the Magician. So what is a magician? When I say the word magician, what's probably coming to your mind is a Merlin-like or Gandalf-like figure in a wizard's hat with a staff. And did you ever wonder where wizards actually come from? Why do they look like that? Long beards are actually a sign of wisdom. And when I look at the magician, it makes me think of the Egyptian god of wisdom, Thoth. So a magician to me is a wise person, someone who is wise enough to know that they have a say in their life, you know. A magician is somebody who can take responsibility. A magician is somebody who, when things are going wrong around them, they can remain centered, they can remain calm, they can harness this stressful energy. They can learn to not let fear affect them. A magician is somebody powerful enough to navigate through their own lives using only their inner compass, using only their soul, speaking from their soul, speaking from spirit, not letting anybody else tell them who to be or what to do. Are you a magician? Or are you a slave? A slave is somebody who can't take responsibility for their own lives. A slave is somebody who is easily led. Have you ever asked yourself, why am I alive? You know, why am I here? What's it all about? It's not just to be born, get a job, go to college, pay bills, get married and die. That's not why we're here. And if you think it is, you have a lot of research to do. There's a much more divine reason to this life that we were given. But if you decide to make your life about slavery, then okay, you have free will. That's the gift that we were given. We were given this life and we were also given free will. We were given the ability to be manifestors and creators. So you can actually create the life that you want for yourself. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that if there's something that you don't like about your life, you can change it? You know, you're this guy, you're the magician. If you don't like your current job, you can find a different one. Like that, just quit and find a different one. It's as simple as that. If you don't like school, quit. If you don't like college, quit. Will you let fear surround you and distract you from following your heart, from following your dreams? Or will you just be fearless, be brave, Be courageous and pursue what it is you love with all of your heart, despite what it is society around you may think. A magician is not a person who's easily led. So, this is telling us not to succumb to peer pressure, not to fall victim to the things that we're seeing on the news, in the media, in the papers. There's a lot of fear-mongering going on there, and I believe that it's done deliberately to keep us in a certain state of vibration. Because if you're afraid, you're a lot easier to control. Try and control somebody who's fearless. Try and control somebody who knows themselves. It's not easily done, is it? But you can become that by moving away from fear. Or just by learning how to handle it so that it doesn't control your life. So that it doesn't control your mind. Distance yourself from the news. Distance yourself from the media. Distance yourself from celebrities. It's easy to get caught up in that world when you're putting a TV in front of your face, when you're putting magazines in front of your face. You have to remove the distractions. Find your peace. Go within. Find your magic. Find that spark. Find that spark inside yourself that's completely unique. And just be it. Believe in yourself. Believe in your power. I'm going to draw us another card now just for some more guidance. The Chariot. So the Chariot represents our journey here on Earth. It represents the path that we're on. Here's us in the chariot, and it's being pulled along by these two creatures, these two sphinxes. One is light coloured, one is dark. So this to me represents the dualistic nature of our life, dualistic nature of the planet. That's just something that you can't change. There's darkness, there's light, the yin and the yang. There can't be one without the other. You just have to learn how to work with them. They each have an equal length of rope on your chariot. If you give more rope to the darkness, things will start to wobble and you'll go off course. If you give more rope to the light, the same thing. So it's about finding the balance between the two. It's about becoming comfortable with the forces of nature. There are certain laws to this universe. And you have to attune yourself to those things. Once you've attuned yourself to the way the universe runs, so when a bad situation happens, when something unfortunate happens, okay, maybe it's happening for a reason. Maybe I had to go through that weakness because I had to find strength. Maybe I was hurt that way so that I could grow and become stronger emotionally. Change your perspective, change the way you're looking at things. It's not optimism, it's just the way things work. And sometimes when a really bad thing happens to you, it's because you needed it to happen. And that might sound impossible to understand, but look at it this way. Let's say you had this beautiful golden bracelet and you cherished this golden bracelet. You loved it so much. It just brought you so much joy when you looked at it. And then one day it got lost. Maybe that golden bracelet got lost to teach you that materialism is not important, that you should not be valuing objects. The self, the spirit, is much more important than any physical object. Our bodies are just vessels, our bodies are objects, are things. It's the spirit, the soul, what's speaking to you now through me, that matters. That essence, that spark of cosmic consciousness, that spark of magic, just that spark of something that isn't anything but it's everything at the same time. That's what's guiding this guy, this jewel. It's his soul. So he's just got his soul, himself, and the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, and that's all he needs, and he'll get to where he needs to be. And that's true for us all. And we need to realise that having a degree is not important. A school education, it's not important. A fancy job, loads of money, a nice car, not important. What do you want deep down in your own soul? Ignore what it is society around you tells you. What do you want? And pursue that thing that you want with all of your heart. Eliminate fakery at all costs. Eliminate falsehoods. Nobody wants a fake life. And I believe that that's one of the reasons people are so unhappy today, because their lives are filled with fakery. There's nothing real there. And their souls are starving for something more. You can have that now. You can give it to yourself. That's a gift that nobody else can give you. People can advise you, people can guide you, but you have to find that yourself. You're not going to find inner peace from an external source. No amount of money can bring you happiness and peace. It can help, but if the inner temple is not solid, the inner temple is not functioning properly as it should be, it's going to be very hard for you to find happiness. It's going to be very hard for you to find peace. Know thyself, work on your inner self, and the physical world will sort itself out. You sort yourself out and let the world sort itself out. It's not your job to fix the world, it's your job to work on yourself. You know? But what you'll find is that by working on yourself, you can help fix the world around you. It's a rebellious act to be independent, to be an individual. It's a rarity to be an individual these days. So many people are just caught up in this consumer, materialist society. They want more stuff, they want more things. They want that promotion, and they'll do anything it takes to get it. You walk past homeless people on the street. People just move past one another like ships in the night. People are like robots. There's nothing outside of themselves, you know. There's nothing outside of, it's not even, they don't even know who they are. They associate the self with something in this matrix, in this physical world, and that's not the way it works. there's certain people who won't be content, who won't be happy until they get, like I said, the promotion, or they get to that higher place in their career. And you'll find this a lot with women, with middle-aged women. They spend so long at their job, they forget about what's really important. What about their traditions, having a family? I think when a woman strives for power, I think it's an amazing thing. But you need to understand what power is first. Power is something that you have over yourself. It's not something that you have over anybody else. If you think that, you don't know what true power is. And there's a lot of people in the world who use their job as a way to get some control, because they have none over themselves. So by being able to boss people around at work, by being able to tell other people what to do, it gives them that boost. So it's like these people are psychic, they're energy vampires feeding off others. I would never let a person like that rule over me. If you want to, fair enough, but I wouldn't. What's stopping you from being your own boss? What's stopping you from being the only one in control of your life? Queen of Pentacles. It's money, isn't it? If I don't have that job, I won't have money, I can't pay for this, for that, that's fear. Remove fear. Fear is a block. Fear is an illusion. When you completely eliminate that from your life, you're free. The world is yours. You can do whatever it is you want to do. As long as you believe in the illusion, you'll always have a master. You'll always have someone ruling over you. As long as you believe that you're powerless. As long as you keep giving your power, your magic, and your strength away to somebody else, you'll never be happy. The Emperor. So, think back to ancient Egypt and how amazing that civilization was. How wise were the Egyptians? How strong were they? Look at how magical they were. And that was because they were aligned with nature and they worked from their soul. Start following nature's way and stop following society's way. If you don't want to live a life full of illusion, stop. Reconnect with nature. Reconnect with your roots. Start working from the soul, from the heart. You just have to take the reins over your own life. Be the only one on that throne, you know. Be your own master. Unless you are your own master, you can never really be free. Freedom. What is freedom? How do you know if you're free or not? Are any of us free? Well, I believe we all are. We're born into this universe. We've got hands, we can do whatever it is we want with them. We can make things, we can create art, we can play music, we can chop wood. There's many things that the hands can do. We have legs, we have feet, we can take ourselves anywhere we want. We've got brains. As Dr. Seuss said, you've got brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. simple as that. It's as simple as that. We have it all already. A mind, hands, feet, legs, a heart, a mouth. We can speak, we can communicate with one another. That's something that no other animal can do, really. That's what separates us from the animals. Our ability to communicate through words, through speech. So many people are blind. People see problems where there is none. Try and count your blessings. Try and see how lucky you are. Realize everything that you have got going for you. Let's say, okay, your current situation is not so great. You're in this job that you hate. You've got a mortgage that you have to pay off. You've got so many bills. A lot of things that you need to pay for, and you just don't have the money, and you're overwhelmed, and you're cursing life, and you're cursing God, and you're cursing everybody around you. That's a pretty crap situation to be in. But move back for a minute, sit down and think realistically about it. Who was it that chose to work that job? Who was it that chose to take out that mortgage? Was it God that chose to do those things? Were you told to do those things by somebody? Or did you just decide to do them? Was it you? Okay, so are you actually responsible for all of that? Did you manifest those situations? Are you the reason you have to pay all these bills? The great thing is that you have the power to change that too. Nobody is forcing you to work your job. You can stop at any time. What can you do with your hands? Can you make things? There's always other options. There's other routes. Ask yourself, what is it that I'm passionate about? What are my talents? What are my skills? And how can I put them to use so that I can prosper from those things, so that I don't have to work this job that I hate? What alternatives are there? There's always alternatives. You know, look at the buskers who stand at the side of the road playing music for some money. It's about thinking differently. It's about taking control back over your mind, removing the cultural conditioning and starting to think for yourself again. Take control back over your own mind. Control your mind or it will be controlled by somebody else. Stop looking to the government to solve your problems. Look up what the word government means. You'll be surprised. It's actually Latin for mind control. If you think that going out there and voting will change anything about your life, you're mistaken. I've gone off on a bit of a tangent now, sorry. I'll get back to the cards. Yeah. Okay, we have the devil. So the devil represents fear. And I believe that the devil is a force. The devil is an energy, that fearful energy, those thoughts in the back of your mind that tell you that you aren't good enough. The devil is what stops you from breaking free from your chains. The devil is what stops you from being free, from breaking loose. The devil is what stops you from thinking for yourself. Do you think for yourself? Do you want to be free from the devil? From negativity, from darkness? well, then you have to make some changes, don't you? Because if you don't start making the changes, you're going to stay chained. Your life is going to be like hell. And you're going to be afraid all the time, worried all the time, miserable all the time, and suffer all the time. Free yourself. Only you can do it. Look into things. The internet is great for that. For example, okay, how can you stop fear from controlling you? Well, if you're watching the news, that's one way that they instill us with fear. Read the paper. Look through the papers. Can you find one positive story in there? Because I never can. I just had to eliminate all that from my life because I realised it was affecting me, it was affecting my frequency, it was affecting my vibration, my mood. I'd wake up in a good mood and then I'd look at the newspaper and I'd feel really stressed and agitated, and that was because of all of the stories. They're always bad. It's always something negative. It's the same with the news on the TV. Have you ever heard anything positive? No, it's all fear-mongering. They're trying to trap us into a certain state of mind so that we are easier to sell shit to. So that we, like an afraid person, someone who's trapped in fear is a lot easier to control. It's easy to have power over somebody who feels weak and helpless. It's not easy to control somebody who knows themselves. It's not easy to control somebody who's not easily scared. Start by distancing yourself from fear in your everyday life. Get rid of the media, even all of this celebrity gossip and news. That's just crap. Do you read magazines? Do you buy into celebrities and what they're getting up to? If you do, sorry, you're probably being mind controlled. Read more books, do more research, create, meditate, go for walks, spend time getting in tune with the forces of nature and the universe. Be around animals. Distance yourself from distractions. We've got the hermit here, and his message is go within. The hermit represents Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom. And Thoth's message is to know thyself, know yourself. Who are you? Why are you alive? What's your purpose? Is it just to pay bills, pay the mortgage, be a slave, do housework, do exams? I don't think so. It's to break those chains. It's to break these chains. We're born into hell, basically, and the point is to free ourselves from it. But the only way that we can do that is, like, it's invisible. It has to be done inside, in the mind. It's a battle on consciousness. Start by going in moments of reflection, meditating. That's where that eternal flame is. That's where that light that shines out against all the darkness lies within yourself. Nobody else can give you that. The change has to come from within you. More time in solitude. Spend more time getting to know yourself. That's our final message from the hermit. So I'm just going to wrap it up now. It's been about half an hour. I I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe, give me a like, or don't. It's up to you. You have free will. But I hope you could take something from this video, and I'll see you next week.